Hey Nick, I just want to make this video to show you sort of how the new collections process will look like now that we've replicated it or created something on Locator IQ. And this is going to ideally give you clarity on like what exact stage your leads are in the collections pipeline. So if you go inside of pipeline in your CRM, you can see this new collections process right here. So really cool because our collections staff, Ray, he can go in here and then move your client cards in the stage of the collections that they're in. If we're waiting on the move-in date to send the invoice out, they'll all appear here by default. And you can also see this in your own account. You can go to collections process and you'll be able to see like the exact life cycle stage that your clients are in inside of the collections. So let me show you sort of like an example of this right now. Let's just go to this dummy account. And I'll show you kind of the process of like how it's going to work. So you see full transparency, what's happening. Okay, so we're going to go to the locator pipeline. This is the main pipeline where if leads are sending you a Facebook reply, an email, an Instagram DM, or they're texting your IQ number. Remember, IQ is also a phone. If you did the A2P application, you can still call on here, and then the calls are recorded into the client file. So it's really awesome to do everything in IQ for the history of the calls and everything. Okay, so you should have a lot of leads here, however they're responding or communicating you initially. Okay, and then let's just take me as an example. Okay, so say I'm a new lead because I sent you a Facebook Marketplace response and you've connected your socials inside of settings here. So step number one is like make sure that the settings in your CRM are configured, like your social accounts are connected, your Zoom account is connected. Remember, we pay for your Zoom account since you're an agent of ours, just making sure that's connected so that way this stuff works. So say I send you a Facebook message or a DM on Instagram, however, or an email, or I just text your IQ. Maybe it's a Craigslist ad and I like text your IQ number. So I will appear here. And then you're going to work them, right? Maybe they ghost you, so they're in here. Maybe they booked a Zoom call, so they're in here. If they attended the call, the system will put them here. But say we're at this point right here. Okay, so you're calling the client because they applied, and the second that you've confirmed that they're approved, all you have to do if you're using IQ is go ahead and create a tag. So you would go inside the client card and then create a tag that's approved. Okay, so we created all these tags for you, so it's easier and done. So you click on approved and then update. The second you do that, this system will make a copy of this card and put them inside of collections process. And this is where Ray, our collection staff and others, they're going to go in here and then give updates and move them along the collections process until we get payment. Okay. And so this is really cool because you can now at any point in time just switch into your collections pipeline and see like all of your clients and where they're at in the collections. Okay. Now Ray will come in here and once he sees that you've tagged someone approved, it'll alert Ray, it'll alert me, and it'll organize them inside of right here. Okay. So at this point, we would email them on your behalf, the invoice, attach the broker license, every standard collection protocol. And then we're going to move them manually in here. Ray will be doing this for you. And so this way you can see what's happening. Okay. And so this is confirm that the invoice is received by the property. Cool. And then we're going to move them over to start follow-up 3 weeks after they move in. So you can see that this person is being followed up with. And then if you click into the client card, you can go here to notes and you can see like everything we're doing. So we're training Ray and other staff to every single week give an update on like what we're doing. So an example here would be like the new email change is the new management company. So this is the new email. Okay. We spoke to Sydney and we resent the invoice today. And then it's date stamped. So you see like when this is happening. Okay. And then so another update could be like, hey, Sydney, the property manager confirmed that the check is on the way. So you'll see updates under notes on when we're following up and then what life cycle stage they're in. This is like the ultimate solution that we're going to teach in the Bulletproof Collections Blueprint. That way your agents, they have more transparency because before, as you know, we were letting our collections department just handle this like offline. But to your point, you're like, hey, I want more clarity on like where people are, what are the updates that they're doing on behalf of my collections. So doing it and organizing it on IQ in this collections pipeline is the answer because you see what life cycle stage they're at. Okay, if something happens and it's a new property manager change, boom, we're training our staff to put it in here like, hey, something changed. So you go into the card, go to the notes. Okay, new management company, we resent the invoice today. So you see all of the notes here on your behalf of the collections. You'll see the life cycle stage. Okay. And then this is how we're doing collections. And it's an automated process the second you tag your clients approved. Because we know that once they're approved, then you're tagging them approved, and it's moving them over to collections. So now we take over doing the collections for you. But this way you can see like where they're at. Okay, if we get a verbal yes, it goes in here to verbal yes. The property manager confirmed, yes, the check is on the way. Cool. Then we'll drag the card over to here. Once we actually receive a payment, then the collection staff will move them over to paid. So that way you know all the people that are paid, all of the apartments that gave us at least a verbal yes. And then if for some reason we're emailing them, calling them, leaving voicemails, and they're just ghosting us and not paying us, once we hit the 90-day mark and it goes over 90 days, this is where we move the client over to the exit strategy. And this is where the law firm that backs us starts more aggressive collections, but it's a lawyer that's collecting more aggressively. Because in our experience, we think that if we really can't collect in 90 days, then something's wrong. Because a lot of apartments pay in 30 days, some will pay in 60 days. So we're doing the standards of protocol at our company, and the way we're going to teach collections to other firms is that your internal staff, you should do collections politely, friendly, up until 90 days. And if you're getting no confirmation within 90 days after move-in, something's wrong. So we're going to move those clients under exit strategy. And this is where the collection staff will upload that invoice into the shared Google Drive we have with our law firm collections. And the third-party law firm collections, they'll get those invoices and start more aggressive collections on our behalf. So this way you can see all the clients that are past 90 days. You can click into this card now, full transparency, go to notes and be like, what's going on? And you can see all of the attempts, date stamped, where we're giving you updates. Like, hey, we called them today, no response. Voicemail today, no response. We emailed them again, no response. And in the rare cases where there's just no response in 90 days, you'll see all of the collection efforts here and then the life cycle stage that they're in. So what's cool is that this is all within your CRM. You don't have to go anywhere else. So you can, continue working your normal clients inside of this pipeline as long as you're utilizing Locator IQ. And then once you're wondering how your collections are going, you just switch over to your collections pipeline. And we have our staff manage this pipeline of yours for you. So then you can see like where everyone is at. And I see the notes on what's happening. Okay. And so here Ray would come in and say, hey, we just uploaded this. We reached out to them and they confirmed that they're starting the more aggressive collections, right? So you'll probably see an update that's like the law firm is starting the more aggressive collections on this date. Okay. Then you'll see like what's actually happening. Okay. Now, this is kind of the solution. All it takes is for you to go inside of your main pipeline in Locator IQ and just as you're moving them through the process, just tag them approved and the system will automatically move them over to collections. This is how we get that done. Inside of your automations, there is an automation here and it says keep on collections. So let me now explain to you the automation, okay? This is how we automate everything on the back end. So Ray is our collections guy. He has access to your account in the collections pipeline. So the trigger here is tag added approved. So whenever you manually tag someone approved, what it's going to do is it's going to remove them from any other automations because you close them, they're approved, and then it's going to move them to the collections pipeline. This is what automates the moving of the card. It'll duplicate it and start it in the collections pipeline. Then it's going to push notify the collection staff. So here you can see Ray is going to get alerted. Hey, look, there's a new invoice. It's moved to collections, so tap here to get into the card. So he's going to get a push notification on his cell phone, your collection staff, and then I'm going to get a notification, push notified, so I'm on top of it as the CEO, and then it's also going to email Ray, the collection staff, so he gets a push notification and an email that, hey, Nick or whoever the agent is just tagged someone approved, so go ahead and start collections. And then the system is going to neatly organize them inside of the right pipeline. And at any point in time, you just toggle onto your collections pipeline and you see exactly where your leads are and what's happening with the collections under notes. So that's our solution on how to give full transparency on what we've been doing, what life cycle stage they are, and then which of your clients are inside of the exit strategy because we can't collect for whatever reason. Then the law firm comes in and takes over. This is what we're teaching in the Bulletproof Collections Blueprint. This is like the new internal collections that gives you transparency into like what is actually happening. The big takeaway is that you have to configure your settings properly. We would go into marketing. This is like a fast way to connect your accounts. So like you have to connect your Facebook, connect your Instagram, connect your LinkedIn, connect your YouTube. That way, if you get messages on those platforms, it just brings them in as a new lead. Okay. And then you have to go into your settings, go into my profile. Okay. And then you would come down here, make sure your email is connected. Go ahead and put a signature in here. And then this is the part that matters. You want to connect your Google Calendar in here. And then you also want to connect like the iCloud iOS calendar as well. So if you're using Apple Calendar or Google Calendar, it's all synced properly. And then you want to go ahead and add like the Zoom as well. So video conferencing, you would hit add, and this is where you would connect your Zoom account. And the reason you connect your Zoom account is because whenever people book calls, we have automations that like give them reminders, and it gives them the Zoom link to join the call automatically. But it's not going to work unless you connect your Zoom account. Okay. So if you need help with like how to connect your account, I mean, really, it's just right here. But if you need help with like how to connect your accounts, how to connect your Zoom, my team, click on this chat icon, scroll down to chat with us now. You can chat with my team, but the thing is, just ask them to do a video call with you, and someone from my team will hop on a video call. Looks like Haiti is online right now, and just say like, "Hey, can I video call with someone? I have a question with connecting my calendar," and they will get on a video call with you and walk you through all of this stuff. Okay, it's a little bit annoying at first to get this going, but my team is really good. They're almost smarter than me when it comes to automations. And so get on with them and say, hey, I just want to make sure my Zoom is connected properly. I want to make sure my social accounts are connected. And they'll hold your hand through a video call and just walk you through all of that. Okay, because that stuff has to be connected. Otherwise, new leads that you generate in work, they're not going to appear inside of your locator pipeline. So the first step is like get your settings configured, do the domain. My team will help you with that. And if you want me to walk you through it, just go to courses and group. And then if you go to this free, let me make myself go away. If you go into Locator IQ onboarding course, it's free. This is basically like me walking you through the settings and the A2P and the email domain and all of that stuff. So that has to just be done. Okay, so you got support here with this course, or you have live support with the chat icon. But make sure the settings are configured properly, your calendar is good, your Zoom account is connected. Then if you go back up to your pipeline, all of your new leads should just be right here. So you just work them like normal. If you book a call, they'll automatically be moved here. And you just keep working them, keep following up, use the task icon. Okay, and then once you tag them approved, then it goes over to the collections, and then my team will start collecting on it. And then you can see full transparency, like what is happening. Hopefully this was helpful, Nick. Let me know if you are stuck or if you're not using IQ. We need to set that up. So that way you can use IQ Pipeline, get organized, and then see the collections process like A to Z. So let me know if you need to book a call with us. Alex and I, my head coach, can hop on and make sure things are good for you, okay? So whether it's through us or through the live support here, just let us know how we can help you, because this is the ultimate way to see your collections and get organized. Hopefully this video was helpful. Okay, bye-bye.